Good afternoon. This is Jim Whitehead of All Power Group and Phoenix Animal. This is a little bit long today, but the point is I'm trying to put in a positive discussion related to AI. A lot of times people think, oh, AI is bad, it takes jobs away, I can go on and on and on. But if you know my channel, it's all based on animals generally. And we want to see and show you the benefits of AI that's going to help our animals around the world. So bottom line, yes, technology, especially artificial intelligence, is proving to be a powerful and increasingly essential tool in the fight to save endangered species and protect our planet's most vulnerable creatures. I pray for them every night. All the animals in the world, that's no exaggeration. AI offers new insights and capabilities that were once unimaginable. So, we get into, and you're seeing that what happens is AI is complementing traditional conservation methods. And I think what you're looking at here is a kind of a depiction of showing that we've got technology, but that technology is helping our animals. And I know we've got good technology, we have bad technology, but I mean, at least if anything, if we can agree on, hopefully today, that technology is good and AI is helping our planet in general, which helps people and animals. So that's the way we look at it, hopefully. Okay. AI-driven camera traps and drones. As you can see, what this does is it's there full time, and what it's doing is, and it's not that you're saying, well, I'm going to take over everything that happens to animals and they're not going to have any choice of their own or whatever. No. All this is trying to do and does do is kind of help in areas that could be having a problem. It could be a fire, it could be floods, but by having these, what we call traps, camera traps and drones, these devices equipped with sophisticated image recognition algorithms can autonomously, terrible word sometimes, but track and identify species in their natural habitats. So we're making sure that they are doing well where they are. And if they need any help, I don't want to say it's Big Brother, but kind of it is, watching, ensuring, and helping that things are at least the best it can be for the animals that we're monitoring in the areas that we're monitoring. Another area is what we call acoustic monitoring. AI analyzes animal calls and sounds from strategically placed recording devices to identify species, monitor behaviors, and detect environmental changes or even human activity. You will see one of the biggest trends here is people still poach. People kill animals for, their hides, their tusks and elephants, et cetera, And I know it's like somebody say, well, leave them alone, but sometimes people don't leave them alone. And these are things that hopefully would alert us that definitely there's a problem. This is particularly useful for elusive or nocturnal species. And any of this is where you'd say, well, I want to make sure animals are safe and protected. Well, we're not going to be there 24/7. At least I'm not going to be there 24/7, but you want to make sure that you have a leg up as to what is going on. The next big area is satellite imagery and remote sensing. AI algorithms process vast data sets from satellites to track large-scale ecological patterns, animals migration, and habitat changes over time. This helps in understanding the impact of climate change, deforestation, and other environmental factors on ecosystems. Now, deforestation. I've brought this up in almost every animal video I do, that especially, for example, using the Amazon, people destroy approximately a football field size of land in the Amazon for other purposes than what the Amazon is intended for. We can all get into creation and how they got here and all that stuff, but the bottom line is we don't necessarily have the right to go in and change things, especially in an environment like the Amazon. Now, the next big area is predicting poaching activities and enhancing anti-poaching efforts. Predictive analytics. All systems analyze massive data sets, combining historical poaching incidents data, geographical information, environmental factors, in other words, proximity to roads, towns, tree cover, topography, and even animal counts. So I think if we get anything out of this longer presentation today, it's stopping unlawful, inappropriate, mean poaching. The animals are not here for us to poach them, to kill them, to take their hides. I will never argue with a hunter that hunts because they need food. I will not ever argue with that. But other than that, leave them alone. Okay. The urgent challenges of climate change and biodiversity loss demand innovative solutions, and artificial intelligence is rapidly emerging as a transformative force in protecting our planet's future. From understanding complex ecological systems to optimizing human impact, AI's ability to process vast data sets, identify patterns, and make prediction offers unprecedented opportunities for environmental conservation and sustainability. We got a big world. We have a lot of animals. And admittedly, one would say, well, what are you going to watch the whole world? Well, no, we get it. But we only have one world. And our animals only have one place to live generally. So both AI, and as I started out at the beginning, AI can be used in a bad way. But my goal has always been with AI is to make things better. The images I pull, I have a lot of choice over. The description, the verbalization, the text, all helps with pulling together a cohesive plan of verbiage and imagery. Anyway, biodiversity, monitoring and protection, wildlife tracking and anti-poaching, AI-powered camera traps, drones, and acoustic sensors identify individual animals, monitor population health, and detect illegal poaching or logging in real time. Systems like TrailGuard AI in India helps rangers protect vulnerable species like tigers by sending instant alerts. Pretty darn good. Okay. The other thing with AI, you're looking at, and this is again just an example, but these could be very small devices that the animals, wouldn't necessarily know what they were or what type of animal, but it wouldn't be where it would scare them to the extent that they would leave an area. So what we are doing with AI are these, I guess you might call them robots, that can assess basically what's going on wherever they are. And certainly animals would sense people because of smell. But an animal, AI device like this could be there without really causing any harm, but on the positive side, helping with ensuring and monitoring very closely what's going on. So that's what we would consider habitat assessment. AI analyzes satellite imagery and remote sensing data to map and assess health of ecosystems, forests, coral reefs, wetlands, detect degradation patterns and monitor changes in land use much faster than traditional methods. Protect Gacamea in the Amazon, for instance, uses AI with satellite and acoustic data to monitor deforestation, just like I said. Now, the other thing, moving on here, this is, again, we have a lot of satellites. In fact, it's pretty crowded up there, but this is called predictable climate modeling. Animals, of course, can only thrive in what you would consider is their proper environment. And, if you're looking at the whole world, you can really base and put together data that will help to see if something is going wrong in any place in the United States, Africa, et cetera, et cetera. AI process vast amounts of climate data from satellites and weather stations to provide more accurate and detailed predictions of weather patterns, extreme events, floods, wildfires, and long-term climate changes. By the way, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but it came to my mind when I was thinking of a forest fire. When Bambi and Bambi's mother, they were in the forest and there was a bad fire. Unfortunately, Bambi lost her mother. And boy, I'll be honest, I don't know how I was probably 6. Boy, did I cry. Please don't tell anybody. Anyway, this helps communities and policymakers develop better adaptation and mitigation strategies. Okay, another way of where you're seeing is early disaster detection. AI-powered systems detect forest fires, e.g. Dryad's AI sensors predict floods, Google's flood forecasting system, and track sea ice changes, enabling quicker responses and mitigating damage. So, again, I know it's like some people say, oh, this is Big Brother watching everybody. No, these are systems that are set up for what their intended purpose, and that's really helping our world mitigate a lot of things that go wrong that if you weren't watching or seeing, you would know. And it's one of those jokes that we occasionally say, if a tree falls in the forest, does it make noise? I know that's a stupid thing, but the point is, if no one's around, if something bad is happening, no one will know. Okay, sustainability, resource management, smart grids, AI-balanced energy supply and demand, reroutes energy efficiency, and minimizes losses in smart grids. Precision agriculture, AI-driven sensors and analytics optimize water usage, fertilization, pest control, reducing waste and environmental impact on farming. You know, again, we have to feed the world. And if the world goes out of balance, we don't have any idea it's happening, we could very well have some pretty big problems. But with all our analyzing satellites and on-ground devices, we can manage and ensure that whatever area, it's the best it can be. Okay, waste management. AI-powered robots and smart sorting systems improve recycling efficiency, reduce landfill waste, and optimize waste collection routes. You know, I'm not, and again, as I talk about AI, we recognize that the world is benefiting in a lot of ways and not benefiting in a lot of ways. But what I'm trying to demonstrate is our animals need help. The world is changing. The climate is changing. So bottom line, we can monitor it better and ensure that the animals are the best, in the best area they can be. Forest management. AI monitors forest health, detects illegal logging, and optimizes sustainable forestry practices. Now, you know, again, I said earlier that the Amazon is being depleted, and they call the Amazon basically the lungs of the earth because, and again, you won't be tested on this, but we exhale, we inhale oxygen, and we exhale carbon dioxide. And if we, didn't have anything keeping an eye on that, definitely there'd be a problem in all our environment. But the neatest thing are trees and bushes. They take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. So what it does is it basically helps with a balanced planet and, helps with greenhouse gases, to be honest with you. But the point is, we have to have a balance. And, our Earth has been here many, many millions of years. And a lot has changed. But as we've gotten smarter and have smarter equipment, it can help us try to keep a balance so we do not destroy our world. I know it wouldn't happen overnight, but bottom line, you keep doing, things that are against the law, the poaching and the deforestation that's illegal in a lot of places. It just doesn't, help the whole. And what I mean by that is, if you have a few bad actors cutting down trees for their own benefit, it might help them individually, but it generally hurts the planet. So let's keep an eye on it and try to make sure it doesn't happen. Okay, a future with AI expanding horizons for a greener planet. The future promises even more sophisticated and integrated AI applications for environmental protection. Hyper-personalization, environmental action. AI could empower individuals with tailored information and tools to reduce their carbon footprint, from optimizing daily commutes with eco-friendly routing already seen in Google Maps to suggesting sustainable consumption choices. Okay, what we're seeing here, these are devices that are put in, specific forests and what have you. And what it does is it plays a large role in identifying optimal locations for reforestation, wetland restoration, and other ecological recovery projects, predicting the success of various interventions based on complex environmental factors. Okay, global monitoring. And I know some would say, I was thinking again, AI is not great, but it actually can be very good and is good for our planet. Global monitoring networks, imagine a global network of AI-powered sensors, drones, and satellites providing real-time comprehensive data on planet's health, from ocean plastic concentrations to microclimate changes, allowing for immediate and coordinated global responses. Conservation robots. Fleets of AI-driven robots could assist with tasks like targeted invasion, species removal, automated tree planting to remote areas, or even microplastic collection in oceans. I know you probably see commercials here and there that, and I give the companies that are involved in this that they spend a lot of time just pulling all, the Coke bottle, not picking on Coke, but the plastic bottles, you name it. You can almost find anything, especially on the beach. You'll see everything that's washed up, and you say, oh my God, how can people do this? Throw this all overboard. AI for policy and governance. AI can help policymakers craft more effective environmental regulations by analyzing complex data on climate impacts, societal behaviors, and economic implications, predicting the outcomes of different policy interventions. AI-powered natural language processing could also analyze vast amounts of research in public to public discourse to identify emerging environmental issues. Bio-inspired AI, sustainable design. AI itself could learn from natural systems to design more sustainable materials, energy solutions, and industrial processes, fostering a truly, what we call a circular economy. And that circular economy is more where it's saying you're not just depleting one part of the economy or our world, you're kind of balancing it. So you're ensuring that if something is a negative, you can balance it with a positive. And here you see some AI basic robots that are in a area, and they're therefore just to keep an eye on things that could be bad. Bad people, animals hurt, fires, and so on and so forth. This, I know you say, where'd you get this image? But enhanced citizen science. AI will make citizen science even more impactful, allowing for easy collection and analysis of vast amounts of environmental data by non-experts, fostering global collaboration, monitoring, and conservation. Anyway, so in conclusion, AI is not a magic bullet, but it is a indispensable tool in our collective effort to protect the planet. And again, I know, and I'm not picking on Elon Musk, and I know one of his, and I'm not sure if he's changed his mind now, but part of what his, especially with his larger recent spaceship, was putting out more satellite dishes for SpaceX, for the satellite systems. But he, you want to make sure that it's all working together. And I know he's feeling that the long game on my Starship. I think it's on its 10th attempt. I mean, I guess 11 will be, if he's still going to do it, will be the next one. But, each one has been a failure. But it's like with anything, you learn something from failures so that hopefully the next time you're better at what you're doing. But his big goal is thinking that we're going to want to go or have to go, and that's even worse, to Mars. Now, I certainly recognize and appreciate anybody that has big visions. And if you don't, you'll never move forward. So the point I'm making is, all right, it might be nice down the road when it makes sense that we can terraform Mars and have it as a potential additional planet at our disposal. But I don't feel comfortable saying, well, don't worry about this planet Earth. It's getting all destroyed anyway. So let's just move on and just work on being relocated to Mars. No, our planet has a lot of problems. And what I'm trying to say today is, thank goodness, with AI, we can help make our planet better and have it where maybe we don't have to leave. I mean, yeah, I'm certainly not a young guy, and I think you probably know that. I'm 75. And, you know, how many more years am I going to be here? I don't know. I'm trying every day, and you're helping me really because, again, I was a generator company, Generac, and so on and so forth. But because of my age, and I loved working on generators. I'm sorry for this little side point, but all I'm trying to say is we're trying to make the future great. But I had to stop the generator business because of the heat. Because I'm in South Florida, and I was on the east coast of South Florida, now I'm on the west coast. And, you know, it was where I'd still be working out on generators if it wasn't where, and this is factual, this is accurate, you can check this. Every summer, and this isn't just in Florida, but every summer since 2014 has been hotter than the summer before. So in other words, 2014, 2015 was hotter, 2016 was hotter, all the way, and now we're going into the summer of 2025. And yeah, we're at 100 degrees. And luckily we're getting a lot of rain, but it certainly is something that I would love to see, that if we take better care of our planet and our animals, that we can kind of turn things around a little bit and have it where we're not going into where this planet is heading toward being hard to live in, and then eventually where you couldn't live in it at all. So my parting discussion here or point is AI is helping us take care of our planet. It has nothing to do with anybody else except making our planet last longer and protect our animals. Anyway, I want to thank you. I'm sorry this was long, and I know a lot of times people don't want to stay to the end. I get it. But these are just things that kind of help the process. And again, thank you very much for being here. And please help us. Appreciate it. Take care. Thank you.